rap. You on a net talking about goals. I bet you the fire. I had to take on my socks and step.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs,
what's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got Josh Giddey. Williams is out there with Lou Dort. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Pokusevski in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Houston, the post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. The great out there with Green. And it's Porter in at the 3.
It's easy to see what a great facilitator Kevin Porter is. His vision and instincts are terrific.
Yeah, he can find his own shot, too. He's crafty. He's got the footwork. He creates the separation. And he's not shy about going to the cup either.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer. It's deflected. Here's the great. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against the Hawks. Here's the step back. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. Giddey, the pass to Pokusevski. Yep, that one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Şengün, no good.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Williams gets the bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's the great Gilgeous-Alexander covering. A fader. And the basket by the great. The great's got 7 points in the game.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Pass to Pokusevski. Back to Giddey. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, the Thunder score.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Here's the great Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pass to the great. Houston moving the ball around. And that one's good. Green.
And it's encouraging to watch Green knock down the triple. Needs to keep doing this. Now that James Harden has left Houston, can we appreciate the 8 years he just had with the Rockets? He was an all-star every season in Clutch City.
Houston leading by 4. Here's the great. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Williams sends a screen for Giddey. Back to Williams. And the rejection by Smith.
A relentless defender. Smith proving how disruptive he can be on that end.
And that one drops for him. And you mentioned it, looking at the accomplishments for Harden in Houston, I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, look, 8 seasons, and let's go down the list. 6 first-team All-NBA selections, an MVP, 3 scoring titles. Harden carried that franchise at times, nearly got Houston to the finals, just ran into some tough luck. Well, yeah, and also the Warriors, they are tough luck.
They are. He also had the right coach, didn't he? The right coach at the right time for the right player. And so here is Houston after the missed 3 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Giddey kicks to Williams. Outside, Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. To halt the run. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Pokusevski. Şengün covering. Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Greg Anthony for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Part of a growing trend in this NBA, giving his team length in the backcourt.
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. He can see over the top of the defense. He helps you on the glass, and he can switch onto front court players defensively. That's what teams are looking for nowadays.
Now, here's Şengün. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Outside, Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the pass to Pokusevski. The Great grabs the miss. The Great's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Oklahoma City. Well, in a new season, there are some players, Richard, that hit the ground running. And there are others, as you well know, that take a while to get going. Which I know what camp you fell into, but what would you say? Did you take a while to get going, or were you ready to go?
No, it was both. There was one where it was like I struggled to get going and really get a rhythm, and there's others that I was just ready to go and locked in. As your environment changes, so does your success. And so sometimes as your environment changes, you got to figure out how to be successful in it.
Good insight. And here now the Thunder, following the 3 by Houston that won. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Basket counts. Green's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's the Great. And the layup's good off the glass. The Great's got 19 points.
He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with a flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And have yourself a night, Shai. We know he can dish it, but when he needs to, SGA can just take over offensively.
Here's the Great. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
It could go. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Houston Rockets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Jalen Green is out there with the great. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Martin in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks a lot, guys. Josh Giddey has been attracting admirers, including LeBron James. King said he's really, really good. He has a great pace about the game, great vision. Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than most guys out on the floor. He's showing it. Just been playing beautiful basketball. Kevin, that's high praise.
It is both amazing passes. David, thank you. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Not a lot of room. It's Williams high post. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. Rockets leading by 16. Martin for 3. Rebound by Williams. You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job of drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
The great passes to Green. Martin wide open. He fires. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Houston making some changes. Kaminsky is checked in for Şengün. Porter comes in for Martin. And it's Josh Christopher in for Green. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Giddey with it. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. There's a screen by Williams. Baseline jumper. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And it's not the highlight reel plays that make Gilgeous-Alexander effective. It's the little things, like his lethal mid-range jumper.
And that one's good by Porter.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Giddey. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder another 3.
This brings him to 3 total makes from the arc, with just 1 in this half so far.
Here's the great. 23 points in the game. Hits it from 3-point range.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Trailing by 17. With the teardrop, he's off on that one. And Houston the other way now. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams. 12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder another 3.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
The great passes to Porter. Here's the great. Fades away. Again, the Rockets score.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Giddey, no good. Rockets leading by 19 points. Passes to Tate. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop. And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Here's the great, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded. The Great grabs the miss. The Great's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside Porter. And another 3 for Houston.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Oklahoma City has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Now here's Giddey. He's guarded closely. He feeds it to Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. It's deflected. They retain possession. That one goes in. Rockets leading by 22. Here's the Great. 30 points in the game. And yes, it's good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Houston. Now, Giddey. It's Dort on the wing. And the Thunder another 3.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
This team has credited Giddey's background for shaping him as a player.
You know, he grew up in a house dominated by basketball. Both his parents played professionally in Australia, and that goes a long way toward developing your basketball IQ.
Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Şengün's checked in for Kaminsky. Smith comes in for Tate. Martin's checked in for Porter. And it's Green in for Josh Christopher. Pass to Giddey. It's rebounded by Houston.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the basket by the Great.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Green against Giddey. Here's Joe. No good on the 3.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Here's the Great. Pass to Şengün. And it's Houston with another.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
26 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Williams kicks to Williams. There's a good screen. Inside. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Pokusevski's got his second bucket tonight.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's the Great. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Houston.
Good to see you.
It's their defense that's put them in this spot, giving up easy looks all over the place. It's like they don't have even a...
And now let's take a look at our power rankings and see who's ahead in the early going.
Taking a look here at the Thunder,
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from the Great.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, You can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. Lou Dort out there with Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Pokusevski in at the 5 down low. Out to Smith. Lets it go with a 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here is Giddey. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Number 99.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for him. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Rockets leading by 23. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Şengün with the bucket.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. Here's the great Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And a wide open look for Porter. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
A sometimes underrated playmaker, Green showing good patience and vision.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tight defense on him. Passes it to Dort. Over Porter. Count that one for Dort. 8 points for Lou Dort.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
Here's the great. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Pass to Pokusevski. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the shot. And the Rockets take it the other way.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And that one's good by Porter.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling. And this Thunder team in desperate need of a veteran. Someone on their way out that can still be productive and provide some leadership for the young guys.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Now, we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even leave high school early to make 6 figures playing for G League Ignite. For many years, going pro at such a young age was something we only saw abroad, but that reality is now here. Kevin?
I like it too, David. The landscape is shifting, and I think for the better. Thank you for the report.
Well, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. So now, how does Oklahoma City, Greg, get back into the mix in the Western Conference?
Kevin, it's going to be tough. Just so much inexperience on the roster right now. Keeping the core here, yeah, but experienced players to fill out that roster.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Giddey. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Houston, they've gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. Fade away, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. The greats got 41.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Giddey with it. He has 6. Outside Williams. Off target from three-point range.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To stop the run. Rockets with the rebound. The Greats got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Richard, you were part of a Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the 2-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback because we played in the greatest championship of all time.
I'm assuming there was no doubt in your mind at all you would come back, correct?
That's a lie. There was tons of doubt in my mind, but I will say this. When you have a group of guys that stay together when you're down 3-1, it's because you believe in each other and we believed in ourselves.
On the wing, Giddey. Covered by Martin. Here's the 3. Robinson Earl. Good. Robinson Earl's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And the basket by the Great.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Here's the screen. Right wing for the 3. Robinson Earl, no good. Robinson Earl's gone 1 of 3 on the night. To the paint, here's Martin, and another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Williams passes to Joe. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Joe's got 6 points.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points in the quarter.
Largely because of that length, Gilgeous-Alexander feeling confident attacking inside. The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Nice move, and it's good on the way in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points in just the second half. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. Got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Great passes to Smith, and the dunk by Smith.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now beasting.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Houston, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great